To celebrate Black History Month in the US, we are looking at the world's top 10 Black billionaires. According to Forbes, of the 2,153 billionaires in the world, only 13 of them are Black. However, with the rise of entrepreneurship, we are sure this number is set to rise. The billionaires that feature on this list are mainly from Africa and America, with only one billionaire originating from the Caribbean. From TV to tech to oil, you may be familiar with some of these billionaires, but nonetheless, they have become pioneers as they excel in their respective fields and have an abundance of wealth to show for it. So join us as we count down the top 10 richest Black billionaires in the world. Let us know in the comments if you recognize any of them. Strive Masiyiwa. Hailing from Zimbabwe, Masiyiwa tops the list with a net worth of $1.4 billion. The entrepreneur now resides in London, England. In 1998, Masiyiwa founded Econet Wireless Zimbabwe, a publicly traded mobile phone network company, of which he owns more than a 50% stake in. He also owns just over half of private company Liquid Telecom, which provides fiber optic and satellite services to telecom firms across Africa. Considered one of Africa's most generous humanitarians, he's involved in a diverse range of health issues, including campaigns against HIV and AIDS, cervical cancer, malnutrition, Ebola, and more recently, COVID-19. Masiyiwa owns 2 adjacent apartments at the El Dorado Tower at 300 Central Park in New York City, which he bought for $24.5 million. The only billionaire from the Caribbean to feature on this list, the Jamaican-Canadian businessman comes in at number 9 with a net worth of $1.5 billion. He built his empire investing in companies like the National Commercial Bank of Jamaica and ACI Limited. ACI had less than $1 million under management when he purchased it, but under his control grew this mutual fund business to $10 billion under assets. The company suffered as a result of the financial crisis and was subsequently sold to Canadian financial services company Manulife. He still has a 65% stake in the National Commercial Bank Jamaica, which now makes up the majority of his wealth. Although his net worth has dipped significantly, Michael Jordan makes number 8 on the list with a net worth of $1.6 billion. Regarded as the greatest NBA player of all time, though he made approximately $19 million over the course of his basketball career, the bulk of his wealth was generated from corporate partners, most notably his partnership with Nike for the Air Jordans, which have been popular amongst sneakerheads since 1984. He is the majority stake owner and chairman of the Charlotte Hornets and of 2311 Racing in the NASCAR Cup Series. Jordan had a short career in minor league baseball between 93 and 94, but returned to basketball a year later, scoring 19 points in his first game back. At number 7, we have the lady that needs no introduction, Oprah Winfrey, the richest Black woman in the world with a net worth of $2.6 billion. She is the only female to feature on this list. According to Forbes, $2 billion of Oprah's net worth is from reinvestments of her talk show profit, The Oprah Winfrey Show, which was the highest rated television program of its kind in history. She has been named the Queen of all media. In 2011, Oprah launched cable channel OWN. Her 25.5% of the network is worth more than $65 million. She also has a 7% stake in Weight Watchers. At number 6, we have Patrice Motsepe. The South African became a billionaire in 2008. He made history by becoming the first Black African person to appear on the Forbes list. He is the founder and chairman of African Rainbow Minerals, which has interest in gold, ferrous metals, base metals, and platinum. He also sits on several company boards. In 2012, Motsepe was named South Africa's richest man, topping the Sunday Times annual rich list with an estimated fortune of 20.7 billion rand, which is the equivalent of $1 billion. Although he has since been surpassed by Nicky Oppenheimer. He is the sole owner of football club Mamelodi Sundowns, who have been among the top clubs in Africa for many years. Keen to give back, Motsepe joined Bill Gates' Giving Pledge in 2013, committing to give half of his wealth to charitable causes. David Steward is the owner of one of the largest African American owned businesses in America. He is the co-founder and chairman of Worldwide Technology, which provides technology and supply chain services. Steward's rise to the top hasn't been easy. He faced poverty and discrimination in Missouri, where he grew up, and could recount the days of segregation. In his later years, he struggled to grow his business. Its debt reached $3.5 million. He once watched as his car was repossessed from his office's parking lot. Despite the difficult times, Steward persevered and now enjoys a net worth of $3.7 billion. With a net worth of $4.8 billion, Abdulsamad Rabiu ranks as the fourth richest person on the list. Rabiu, a 60-year-old business mogul, is the founder and chair of the BUA Group, which is a Nigerian conglomerate concentrating on manufacturing, infrastructure, and agriculture. BUA was originally created to trade commodities, focusing in rice, edible oil, flour, iron, and steel. After striking a deal with the government, they contracted to supply its raw materials in exchange for finished products. The company has become hugely successful, producing a revenue in excess of 2.5 billion. He is also the chairman of the Nigerian Bank of Industry. Interesting fact, he is one of 42 siblings. Robert F. Smith is the third on the list with a net worth of 5.2 billion. He is the founder, chairman, and CEO of American investment firm Vista Equity Partners, which he built in 2000 to focus exclusively on investing in software companies. He is credited with consistently generating a 30% rate of return for his investors from the company's inception to present day. According to Forbes, it is one of the largest private equity firms with over 50 billion in assets. Like many billionaires, Smith likes to give back. He pledged to eliminate 34 million of student loan debt in 2019 for the Morehouse College graduating class that year. Nigeria's second richest man, Adenuga, came from humble beginnings, working as a taxi driver to help fund his university education. He is now the second richest man in Africa and the second richest black man in the world, with a net worth of 6.1 billion. Ever the entrepreneur, he made his first million at age 26 selling lace and distributing soft drinks. He secured his wealth through his company Globacom, which is Nigeria's second largest telecom operator with 50 million subscribers. He also has a lucrative oil company, Con Oil, which in 1991 struck oil in the shallow waters of southwestern Ondo State. It is the first indigenous oil company to do so in a commercial quantity. Adenuga also has a stake in the Equatorial Trust Bank. Coming in at number 1 is Aliko Dangote with a net worth of 11.5 billion. He charts at number 206 on the Forbes Billionaire list. He is the richest man in Africa and the richest black man in the world. From Nigeria, he is the great-grandson of Alhaji Al-Hassan Dantata, the richest West African at the time of his death in 1955. He found his fortune in cement and sugar manufacturing as the CEO and founder of Africa's largest cement producer, Dangote Cement. At 63 years old, Dangote owns 85% of the publicly traded company. He is also a philanthropist. In 2014, he made a donation of 1.25 billion to the Aliko Dangote Foundation, enabling it to set up its work in health, education, and economic empowerment. He is also working with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to fight polio and other issues. In 2018, he spoke of his philanthropic plans. I do not only want to be known as Africa's richest man, but the biggest philanthropist in Africa. I will continue to use my resources and my voice to help shape a better Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Well guys, there you have it, the top 10 richest black billionaires. Let us know who you think will be the next black billionaire to make this list. We post 2 videos per week, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified of our next video.